What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. If you're a bull, probably feeling a little positive today. Not bad reaction off of CPI. We'll talk about that. But we got Alan House. Good morning to you. Good morning to Albert, Bill, Dragon, Keith, Lauren, Lucian, Marius. Good morning to Michael, Mike. We got Peter. Good morning to you. Good morning to Ray, Rick, Sarah, Tim, Virginia. Walter's in the house. Good morning to all you guys, all my people out in YouTube land. Daniel, good morning. We got Levy saying good morning, DJ ONDS. We'll take a look at that one. Wade from Missouri. Good morning to you. All my lurkers in the background of YouTube. They're just not going to say nothing all day. It's okay. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe button. But yeah, CPI pretty much came in line. The next big report. So CPI is, if you guys are unfamiliar, CPI is kind of telling us what we feel in terms of inflation. And then PPI is what the manufacturers feel in terms of inflation. So Jerome Powell, the Fed, they will look a little bit more into PPI than CPI, but initial reaction pretty much in line. This was, and I posted in Slack yesterday. Watch the CPI for today because if that one came in extra hot, the market probably wouldn't like it as much, just because these this particular report is the first one we're seeing with some of the tariff data in it. So pretty good. We'll take the inline. The market liked it. Market was okay with the inline reaction. It's not bad reaction. And the next big report, like I said, is PPI. Because if that one comes in hot, then the narrative just becomes we have inflation. Companies are just absorbing the price right now, but somewhere down the line that kind of sneaks up on us. So we'll see what Thursday wants to bring in terms of that. Otherwise, mostly yesterday was we tried. We've been up in this zone before. Again, just kind of got to those psychological levels, but I still like that Friday close. Well, Friday's close was okay. We've been struggling to get past this, to get at least a close above 637, 36. Maybe today's the day. Otherwise, we're just looking at these psychological levels for now, until we hit that all-time high. But pretty good open for us. It is a gap and go from yesterday. Yesterday was more of a inside wrestling candle, kind of close a little bit weaker underneath that VPOC. So I'll have to go a little extra strength on some of this bullish move, but still inside day. So maybe we'll see a little pullback. Um, if we do, look for probably yesterday's VPOC somewhere around 637.13. If we can't hold that one, 636.81, but those are the two zones I'd want to see hold. If we're showing more weakness, there's something else up in this market that's kind of weighing us down that we're not looking at. Otherwise, I think we should end pretty bullish today. Maybe we could hit the all-time highs. We just got to get outside of that candle from yesterday, and then I mean 639.57 and whatever the all-time high was. All-time high was 639.85. So we'll see if we can continue that trend. Looks like the bulls are definitely trying to get us there. We will see. We got the Qs. Qs, much better close. Well, not much better VPOC at least. And then from Friday's candle, still a really good close. We did hit all-time highs on Qs yesterday. This one looks like it's probably looking to continue. Good open. We want to stay above 575.17 if we could do that. Now we just have yesterday's high we got to get through, but this is a gap and go from yesterday. Some strength, just still inside day candle, so maybe expect a little bit of chop and something like that. But I think we probably finished today, I think, kind of strong in the market. So I'd be rather leaning bullish than bearish. What would change that sentiment is we start getting candles that close under 573.87. And then anybody's game because we do have a lot of room to the downside for some retest 569.23 and 567.18. I'm not sure if Trump is speaking today. If there's any other conferences going on today, I'm not really 100% sure. And then for the most part, most of the earnings are done. I think we got Cisco coming out this week, and that's not even today. I think it's tomorrow. But other than that, most of the bigger companies, we kind of survived the earnings season so far. Bitcoin is had a really good day yesterday. Just couldn't hold any of that. Kind of got right back in. Still stayed above the VPOC though, so we want to stay above 118,714. Looks like that's exactly where we opened, and we're trying. We're trying to stay above it. Other than that, we're kind of in the chop zone still. kind of not. Most of the chop I would say is 118, 454 or below. We do have some resistance on Bitcoin somewhere up at this 119, 234. Obviously, we've shown we could break through that. We just couldn't get the close. And then this 120,066 seems like at a pretty important level too. So right now, just inside day, we are holding on to support, just kind of hanging out in crypto land. Not too bad at all. All right, let me know if you guys got tickers you want to take a look at. The first one I saw is Levies, ONDS. Uh, Interesting. Got a lot of room to go if it could get higher. Those prior earnings reports not too great. Overall longer term downtrend. Most likely, I think we probably got a lot of bag holders. This looks like we do have some kind of support resistance that we're sitting at now. But we've had a long time of consolidation. We are starting to make those higher highs. I don't know if we get back to the all-time high on this one. I'm not sure exactly their business model, but where was the all-time high? That's all during the warrant days. I'll put it at this candle. Somewhere, let's see, we got $16. It would be an impressive move if we could get up there. But there's probably a lot of bag holders on this thing on the way up. Other than that, good double bottom after a long time consolidation. You are making those new higher highs for today's gap. Again, it's under $5, so I'm not going to day trade it. But for today's gap, it does look pretty good. It looks like we've had some decent momentum coming in the last couple days. You're still inside of that inverted hammer, so maybe we get that little pullback. Look for some kind of support around 360. I would have to set this one up as a swing trade. I would even like this one to pull back a little bit more, come into like the 263 range. But other than that, momentum looks good. You are putting in some bullish volume starting to sneak in, and any of the bearish volume you are starting to break out of. So it does look like a little bit of potential reversal. Again, just under $5 with my rule. I can't trade it. But I could swing it if it wants to pull back a little bit. If you're already in it, it looks pretty good, and I don't think it's too late to start a position on it. But I would go small if you're trying to just play that momentum, and then on pullbacks, probably go a little bit heavier for some dollar cost average if you want to try to build out a little position on it. Coinbase. Well, we did look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is kind of hanging out, nothing too crazy, but they are still leaning. I'd say a little bit of a lean to Bitcoin. Nice little gap and go on Coinbase. We did put in a VPOC yesterday. That's right at that 50 EMA, somewhere around 328.38. We'll see if bulls can find the stamina to get above that. Otherwise, these inside day candles, I think I'd rather see a pullback. I'm not sure if we get it, but if we get a retest, I mean, if we can get a retest in the 319.29, I think the market's giving us a little bit of a gift. Maybe we're looking at like 322.60, somewhere right around that zone. Come back into the opening price of yesterday, just being that inside and knowing that resistance is above us. If you're like, hey, DJ, you're just a big dummy. Coinbase is going to break through without a doubt past that resistance. If it happens, you have a really good trade. Next spot would take us up to this 337.06, and then after anything after that, I think a big level on Coinbase probably takes us to 350. But you'd have to be a little confident, I think, that you get through that resistance that we put in from yesterday. In a longer term basis, I do like where we closed. I like this open a lot, but I would like to see a little bit. I'd fully lean bullish on this trade, especially if I can get some kind of a pullback, some kind of double bottom on it. We do have that one already high on the list. Hood, HOOD. And again, for day trade, swing trade is different. So day trading, I'm not sure we can get through that resistance. I'm not sure that this market opens and we just rally either. I would be I'd probably lean to maybe a little pullback first, but we got Hood. Same thing. Nice open yesterday. Really couldn't hold where it should have. Did close below support, so somewhere around this 115.05 zone should be that support. And we closed below it. Good open for today. Let's see if we could hold it today because we did not do it yesterday, and that was following 1, 2, 3 bullish days in a row. Um, but yeah, I definitely got all the momentum in the world. With the inline inflation that we got today, that should signal that we're probably looking a little bit more positive for that rate cut. I think the rate cut will trigger down into crypto space. Hood, obviously a big proponent of crypto. If crypto breaks out and moves, Hood should still keep that momentum. So I don't really see too much in the way that's going to really change the narrative for now or really disrupt the bullish momentum. But yeah, I like this open. Look for targets for today. 116.82. Anything past that, I mean, you're just looking at the high of the day. But see if you could, if you're trying to day trade it, see if you get a little support back at that 114.99 zone. We'll call it 115 CMG. Chipotle. Trying today. Did they have some kind of upgrade? Or is this off of the let's see. CMG. There we go. Piper Sandler upgrades Chipotle Mexican Grill to overweight rating. So a little bit of an upgrade coming in on Chipotle. Not loving the location though. Good positive news. They need some catalysts to start coming in to start flipping the story around a little bit for Chipotle. And maybe this is in a longer term sense decent. Otherwise, for me right now, it is a retest gap from yesterday. You're still technically inside of that little breakdown candle that we put in on Friday, and we're just opening back into that resistance. So I would imagine, just hypothetically at least, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days consolidation. You obviously had one bullish day in there, but there's other bulls that are stepping in here saying we're consolidating. Maybe we get that bounce, and immediately found out they were pretty incorrect. I would think that if there are some trap bulls in here, this is a good opportunity for them to get out pretty close to break even, and then this thing maybe pulls back, retest, and then we kind of go. That's what I would think. Otherwise, if you do want to try to go long, I think I'd want to get Chipotle above 42.85. Get us past some of that resistance first, and then see if we can make that move. But I'm a little concerned that this is just opening into a little bit of resistance for today. Otherwise, if we could hold, if we have a strong day, all of a sudden this candle turns into a nice little trap candle, and we might start squeezing some of those bears out of the trade. We'll see. ACHR, a little bit of a gap down. So they had earnings missed by 42% on earnings per share. They came in with negative $200,000. A lot of these companies, most of them in this field, are not really making money. The question for Archer, the question for any of these other guys, the earnings today, they're short term is going to cause a reaction. If you believe in the space longer term, and if they're going to get some government funding from the Trump administration, longer term, that might set them up. So maybe a buying the dip opportunity for some. I don't know if we're really seeing this into support quite yet, but it is a retest gap after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wouldn't be shocked if this thing gets bid up, kind of play the fade at open at least. Longer term, we have to put in a lot more work on this one to get this one to really bounce. But yeah, earnings have not really been too good. Yeah, they beat on earnings per share last quarter. Even that was they reported a minus 17, so these guys are not making any money yet. I want to see that report before. Yeah, we've actually lost a little bit more. Two quarters ago, we only lost 100K. Now we've lost 200K. But this would be a longer story. You do have your 200 setting in somewhere right around $8.70. We'll see if that could hold. Other than that, you're kind of into support. Maybe it comes down a little bit further, $8.88, all eights, and then maybe look for a little fade on that one for today. Aklo. Aklo is no today. Also a retest gap. This one's kind of breaking through a little bit of a pivot. Looking at 71.57, that should be a little bit of resistance if they do buy this thing up. Otherwise, you do have some decent support. And again, Aklo is, I mean, they're not, they're not 0% surprised that they didn't report any estimates and that was off by nothing. So another company right now, it's all story. How much of these financials really matter? I don't know longer term. They didn't matter to get us up to this $80 range in the first place. Just all momentum, everything kind of going for it. I would not be adding this to a long-term account. I, if this thing got absolutely crushed, I might consider, but otherwise, I'd probably even stay away from it at that point. But we have some volume that could hold us up. Bigger volume on this one. If we get back down to like 54, 59, that would be your spot. If we start breaking through, we got a couple small levels, 38.81. We got 34.69, and then a big level if we get back down to like $22. Other than that, I wouldn't touch it yet. I think it's for today, even as a day trade, you're in no man's land. I do have some kind of resistance sitting around 71.68 for today. If this one drops a little bit more, get us down to like $66.68. Now at least I think we're actually sitting at a legit support that maybe get that bounce and fade for today, but I would want this thing a little bit lower. You have you have a coin toss at open on this one. 50-50. Does the retest play? And then if that retest plays, you're making about 1-to-1 risk reward on the trade. So yeah, I don't think I would touch it yet. If this thing wants to nosedive at open, again, there's you're not going to get the earnings that's going to support a bull case on this one. But Wall Street bets are crazy people. CRCL. They did report earnings. Here's another one. Retailers love it since the IPO. It's a solid miss on earnings per share by 362%. They actually did post some revenue. So the revenue was actually pretty good. Twelve million dollars to the higher side. You're saying you jumped Circle jumped up $17. Yeah, I don't know what their conference call is. The earnings were they're at least made some money, which is impressive. Just the earnings per share is off, and this is I think their first quarter since they've kind of went public. So we'll put a little asterisk next to the earnings that came in today. But other than that, it wasn't really that bad. The earnings weren't horrible. 185.27. I'll look for that for a little resistance. If you could break through, watch for like 187.57. Otherwise, technically, I guess we have a retest gap from yesterday. I don't think we come all the way back down to this 165.58. But I think a pretty valid target would be to the downside 173.78. So watch that level. Other than that, you are opening into a little resistance. Wasn't a spectacular report, but it wasn't bad. There's other ones. Oklo just doesn't need to make money. BMNR. So they did they're raising some capital. Again, this is just going back to the same MSTR type strategy. The only difference is a different person running the strategy and a different crypto asset. So this one's just on Ethereum. I think they're raising $20 billion. Normally, you would get a sell-off on that. So if Coca-Cola goes out and raises $20 billion through market share, um, you'd probably see a significant drop. BMNR exclusive to that because all they're really doing is taking the money and just buying Ethereum. So quite the strategy. You don't have to be a genius to figure out their business model. I don't even know what the qualifications would be to work. I don't even know what somebody that works in this company would actually do except just go into their accounts and buy Ethereum. I guess would be the qualification. I don't know. Other than that, we do have a little bit of resistance that came in yesterday, 63.38. You did end up putting in a little bit mini inverted hammer. Again, I think these capital raises will act a little bit differently than normal companies. If we start getting above that, you do have possible decent room to the higher side, which will get you back into this $84.11. That should be a decent resistance on this one. And then if we start getting closing above it, you have room up to like 110 again. But not bad. I think I would probably expect a little bit of pullback on this one, but you also have some decent support right around the 61.41. We have not got a close above it. Yesterday was close. They tried it and then just failed. So if we could get a close above that, to me, that would just set us up for that bigger push into that 80, we'll call it $84, but somewhere around 83.95 or somewhere around there would be your next target, which is a really, really good move. And they're still holding on it, but see if there's a little chop first, and then yeah, I'd probably want to lean more bullish, but really I'd have to have a good close today, tomorrow, something like that, that could get us above that last little resistance on the way up. AI. Yeah, I know they had earnings. They kind of got a little clobbered on that one. Was that yesterday? Um, we put in a green candle yesterday. I don't know how much of that is people excited to buy C3 AI or if that's just all of these shorts finding a really good spot at support or very close to support and looking to take some gains. But nonetheless, we're holding again, kind of open into a little bit of support zone. We talked about that yesterday. They did have a green candle at the end of the day. We still have a wide open gap on this one. Not really sure. I love the open for continuation. If this thing goes bullish, we have resistance somewhere around $16.97. I would have to see a close above that before we're thinking we get this gap fill. So watch the price action. If we start getting some candles today, getting above, we'll call it $17. That might be an interesting, maybe continuation from just sold too much. Otherwise, the next target from there would be about $18.15. From even from $17, it's still a good little move. But for right now, that open still kind of looks a little bit shaky, suspect to me, and that resistance is right above us. This is still, even though this is a green candle, the range on this particular candle is not crazy. It's still a rather big candle for a $15 stock. But from that night before, this is a big move. I would I would be interested. I would just like to see a little consolidation. Maybe we have some kind of inside day. That resistance I think holds up for today as well. Intel, yeah, though Intel is the story right now. Trump keeps talking to him. You're starting to have that momentum start creeping in. Also, Intel would benefit from some lower interest rates as well. So now you have the interest rate story. You got some Trump narrative around Intel, and we'll see how it plays out. But really good move yesterday. Again, the problem is all of these things had really good moves yesterday, and then toward the end of the day, nothing really kind of held, which makes sense coming into CPI. Wait, see what happens if they're already up pretty massive. Take some gains. We do have the 50 and the 100 just kind of tangled up right above us. We're stalling at the 50 for right now. But good location for the gap. I think inside day with that resistance. I don't know if this one holds. I think this one probably at least pulls back a little bit. Full on retest would get me down to like $20.74. We do have some support levels below us. Maybe we're only coming into like 21.11, but I don't think I'd be a buyer at open. And if they want to buy it and just run it, so be it. But couple important EMAs. Plus, you also have a 21.33 zone. We're 2 pennies above it, but that would be my resistance. So I'd give this one a minute. High wave candle, something like that, if you guys want to try to play it. Otherwise, these inside day candles, I kind of like the pullback. Let's go to small time frame on this one because it's kind of interesting. If they can get going, they'll have some strong momentum. Uh, we s- I guess we started giving back some of those gains somewhere around 11:15, but this is the last attempt from the Bulls. Somewhere around 12:10 yesterday. So we might be taking out some shorts or some people that just took their gains and kind of pushing it up pre-market. I don't want to go bearish on it. I don't really love to go bullish on this one either, unless we get some kind of a pullback. So that's what I'll probably need to see some kind of a pullback first. I do like the bullish momentum on it. I think we do go higher from here. I just don't know about at open. So we'll keep it up higher on the list. We'll see which way we want to push on that one. RKLB, Rocket Labs. Nice little high wave doji yesterday. Big volume from the day before. I'm guessing that's off of earnings. We are above that VPOC. This one could be a sneaky bull play. I think I still want to see a tad pullback, maybe like 45.15, so nothing crazy. Uh, First resistance, and we almost got there yesterday. We did get there yesterday. So maybe we can take that out today. 45.97. Then after that, I think our next target takes us to about 46.96. So not a lot of room to work with, but decent, especially if we get the little support off of this one. Longer term picture, I don't know. This is a pretty massive move. That's not a 50% retrace. It's probably about a 23% retracement. It might not be a big enough move, but we're holding the moving averages. They're all stacked correctly. We're trying to build a little support in here, and I do like the fact that we're above the VPOC from Friday. So I'd go slight bull edge on it. Concerned about range, but we'll put this one higher. RKLB. We'll see if we get some alerts set up for today as well. ASTS. ASTS. Probably trapping some bears. Again, nice sneaky move, market makers. Good gap up, trapping some bears, but we are we're opening into some resistance as well. You have a little bit more room, I think, to the bullish direction, unless we already got there pre-market. But 51.87, and then big big move would be 52.26. And if you get up there, you're above this August 7th candle. For support side, if we come down, I think this one fades too. I don't know. But for right now, you have $50.98. If we start breaking that down, I think you're going to lean in the short direction. You should have decent momentum. You have one more spot that maybe holds 49.84. Otherwise, probably a retest back to like 48.36. But otherwise, if you want to go long, you're kind of hoping this 52.26 breaks out. That would be a strong move for ASTS. But I think this is a fadeable move down to the downside. Let's see. We got Fig IPO. Yep. So that was a heavily watched one. We are finally below the IPO price. I forget the exact number, but it's like 95% of IPOs eventually break down that opening price. So we've done it here. Doesn't have to be a huge move. Trying to build in a little support. And yesterday, inside day candle, nice open for today. We are above a lot of VPOCs. I'd be looking. This one might be interesting. You have room up to like $88.25. This is a retest gap, so I think the closer you get to like 81.81, the better. But it looks like it's trying for today at least. I'm gonna add this one to the list. We'll get that one on the list as well. And that is the morning opening bell. So make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button if you have not done so already. Other than that, be safe in the market. Probably I think a light news day for the rest of the day. I don't think there's anything crazy happening in terms of news. So we will see how the market wants to play. And then Thursday PPI. So I'm gonna be watching.